You are now listening to Nerd Thug Radio. I'm the Captain Joey Savage.
Corey DLG.
Nico DLG.
You're listening to us on Carnos FM 104.5, 106.1.
Sister stations.
Worldwide at
IRLoneStar.com.
It's Monday. You've got the Monday hangover.
Yeah.
We're here to give you that pick-me-up and get you going through the week.
Shazam!
Bam!
Did that work?
You can catch us at facebook.com/NerdThugRadio. Or if you're on the YouTube, look down there. You can see NerdThugRadio.com. It just went away.
Yep.
But you can catch us there. You can catch us there. So, we just came off of episode 100.
Go on.
Now this is 101.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're starting the 100s as you start your week.
Yeah. Nerd Thug 101, let's begin.
That's pretty good.
Nerd Thug 101, let's begin. So we really didn't talk about much what happened at the Super Bowl last week.
No, we really didn't. We kind of
we
glossed over the Super Bowl.
We were busy with just so
Hey,
much.
man, that game.
Right.
That
It was
the
a
extent of
big
our Super
game.
Bowl
It was a big deal.
But we just had a bunch of stuff to cover.
Yeah.
And I'm not really so much interested in the game, but like, what'd you guys feel about the commercials?
I didn't watch a single one.
Yeah, I know you didn't. You watched the game.
I did. I watched. I called the second half live, and I like to I'll go back and look at the commercials and stuff. Tide. This is interesting to me.
That was a good one, right?
Tide went out of their way to really hammer the Super Bowl with ads, but I think the timing was kind of screwed up because right now everyone's getting onto these pods because kids are eating them.
Yeah.
First of all, nobody's eating them because they think they're candy. I want to clear that up. There's
idiots.
this weird misconception in the public.
There's
that,
like a thing now, like make them less appealing to
make
eat.
them less. No.
I have never picked up. I've been using pods for 3 years.
Right.
Not once have I looked at it like, man, I should put this in my mouth.
No, and I mean, I've thought it once, but only because I was like, let's just end it all. Like, let's just eat this pod right now.
And die
Yeah.
very slowly.
Do you think this would be a bad way to go?
Probably.
Well, I don't
Let's
know.
find
Well,
out.
I don't know. But no, they clearly have soap in them. There's clearly 3 compartments of detergent in
Yes.
there. And the kids who are doing it are old enough to know what it is. They're stupid.
Yeah,
You
kids
can't-
are stupid.
To hold a company responsible for stupidity.
That's not
Although
that
the great thing about those Tide commercials, after the first one came on,
Yeah.
I almost thought every commercial after that was
This is
a
going
Tide.
to be a Tide one?
Yeah.
This is going to be Tide? But the timing is weird and the public's killing them. And by the way, the stats, though, on this, more yearly, it's way less babies who eat Tide Pods and way more messed up, dysfunctional, mentally dementia-suffering
Okay.
old people who eat them.
I thought that guy was great, though, the
I
Stranger
thought,
Things guy.
yeah. He's...
David Harbour, is that his name?
I only want to call him Hopper.
Did I get
so
that right?
I'm the wrong... I think it is David Harbour.
Did I get that right?
I
What
think
the-
so.
Fact check me.
I got you.
But I only want to call him Hopper.
Yeah,
so.
no.
It's Hopper. It's what
He's
it
going to be
is.
in Hellboy, too.
He is. This is his moment. He is
You
taking...
didn't know that?
No.
They're redoing Hellboy, and he is Hellboy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, Nico,
I hope he does a little dance.
welcome to the 21st century.
Oh
Nerd
my
Thug 101.
God.
Although, Guillermo del Toro is not involved.
Aw.
And he's already come forward and said there have been many people who have come to him and already told him privately that he should step away from this
Yes,
project
David Harbour.
because the fan base
Nice,
is
nailed it.
not excited about this movie.
We'll see what happens. I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm gonna
Totally
watch
gonna
it.
Heck yeah, it's going to be great. It's David Harbour.
And,
Right, yeah,
It's
he's
Hopper.
great.
and,
It's
Ho-
Hopper. I love Hopper.
and Hopper has really seized... I feel like he's going to show up everywhere. He's really seized this
He
moment.
might be the next Chris Pratt.
He's the breakout. This is his breakout moment. Chris Pratt's breakout moment was Guardians. This is his breakout moment.
Right, yeah, I believe so, too.
Season 2.
Season 1. I mean, really from
Yeah,
there.
no,
it's
I mean,
kinda- but yeah.
he was great in that. He was great in that.
So,
Season 2 is he's even better.
What'd you
Right,
think
yeah.
about the Eminem commercial where, like, the Eminem turns into Danny
DeVito? I love it's Danny DeVito running around the streets of New York going, "Eat me, eat me,"
You want to eat me?
Right.
Do you want to eat me?
and
I love Danny DeVito.
it's so
He's
great.
so great.
I do love Danny DeVito.
He just brings me joy.
Eminem,
Like, every time I see Danny DeVito, it makes me happy.
You get all excited.
Eminem
yeah.
has found a way always to stay
Relevant.
pop culturally relevant.
Are we
It's
talking about
100
Eminem or the candy?
both.
Okay.
But it's a 100-year-old
Nice.
candy that's really simple. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, it's chocolate and
Yeah, it doesn't melt in your hand.
right.
It melts in your mouth.
It's chocolate and chocolate. It's been around since World War I.
Right,
Yep.
yeah, because it doesn't melt in your hand. It melts in your
Right.
mouth.
They were giving it out to soldiers, and that was what they were telling them.
Right.
Doesn't melt in your hand.
Melts on your mouth.
So
Right, yeah.
Or on your helmet.
Way to bring us down.
right,
You're welcome.
yeah,
You're
what
welcome.
happened there?
You're welcome, guys.
And then there was the tragedy of war.
Eminem.
And then there was Normandy.
Right.
I was storming Normandy with a bunch of M&Ms in my hand.
Not a lot of candy commercials on the beaches of Ojima.
Right, yeah.
Oh, man. So what else?
Starting off strong.
Right.
Any other commercials that stood out to you during
No, but if we've got a sec, I'd like to comment on what this outcome I think means for a lot of stuff.
It's weird.
Sure, go ahead.
It is.
Why not?
So you and I privately mentioned how Josh McDaniels isn't gonna.
Oh, we're talking football now.
Yeah, like how
We're gonna get rid of football.
how he
Ball
stayed
foot.
with the Colts. Everyone thought he was gonna leave, but then the Patriots lost, so now he's stayed. Tom Brady is 41. They don't have a backup plan for him. Bill Belichick is 50-something. The GM is 60-something. The owner is 70-something. There's a little bit of an interesting.
Dynamic to this situation.
What's gonna happen if next year? Let's say next year they get to the playoffs but don't get to the Super Bowl,
Okay.
and then the year after that they miss the playoffs. Do you think the conversation shifts any about these particular people?
Oh, definitely.
Do you think
I
all
think
of a
it's
sudden?
already starting to shift.
You think so?
Because there's no reason why on Monday morning Josh McDaniels says, I'm going to be your head coach. And they're like, we're going to announce it tomorrow.
Right.
And they come out and the media says it. And then Mr. Kraft is like, come talk to me.
Did
He
you
has
hear? Did you hear his agent
Left him.
separated from him?
So then he has a meeting with Mr. Kraft and Kraft Cheese and all those people.
right.
Crap.
And
He is the owner of Kraft Cheese, right?
believe so, yeah.
I believe so.
Wow, that's hilarious.
and
It's a family name. You didn't realize that,
Decides-
did you?
no.
decides that going to sweeten his deal a little bit, and he's going to stay.
And really, that's what it comes down to. Is they didn't even give him a lot of money. It sounds like
They sweeten
so
a
much
little more.
A little
so
bit. A
in
little
my
bit.
mind, with
But it's stability. I think they gave him a long contract, which for assistant coaches you don't do that.
and so I've got a feeling that something's going on with Billy Belichick.
See, well, and so that was what some reporters have been trying to get at. They feel like that's
It's
what's
like,
going on.
There's no
Except
reason you don't stay unless Tom is like, I just need McDaniels.
Right.
Tom's like, I need him,
Right.
and you listen to Tom because he's the GOAT.
He is.
Or they're
yeah.
like, listen, we don't know how much longer we were really thinking about Billy Belichick, and
Billy
you'll be the guy to take over.
Do you think the health of Andrew Luck affected his decision?
He's not going to need surgery again, so he should be ready to go.
What they say.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
But allegedly, I thought McDaniels talked to Andrew Luck personally.
But even then, Jacoby Brissett's there, and McDaniels has worked with him, and
True.
there's nothing,
True.
no hard feelings there.
True. That's a good point.
In the back of my mind, I wholeheartedly believe that Robert Kraft, in some form or fashion, was like, I don't know how much longer Billy Belichick's going to be here, and you are going to be the guy.
I think because some of the reporters that I follow, like deep, have said something like that, but they've kind of peeled some onion layers and like the scouting department. So Bill Belichick is the guy who is hands on in everything. He watches how his mayonnaise gets made. He checks out
Yeah.
where they cut the crust. Like he knows everything about his sandwich. Okay, and he is with the scouting department right now, looking at players already.
Mm-hmm.
So according to the Patriots organization, like even the lower tier people who don't know to shut their mouths, the stuff the reporters are all getting is that if he's leaving anytime soon, he is not acting like it.
Right. And
He's
I
not
don't-
on
I don't-
vacation. He's
I-
not playing
and
golf.
I don't think he would.
You don't think so? Do you think
No.
he just one day he just doesn't show back up?
I don't even know if that. I don't know if it's just one day Mr. Kraft is like, you know what? We're going a different direction.
Oh, you think they would fire him?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
I think so.
I think both
I
Bill
think
Belichick
you
and
look-
Tom Brady have stay until they want.
There's already rifts between Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
There are.
Bill Belichick is very much the way I do things works. It's my way. They got he wasn't happy when they traded Garoppolo.
Right.
So there's clue one. After that, what happens? They kick out Tom Brady's personal assistant guy.
Well,
he can
but-
no longer have an office there.
But there's a lot of reasons for that
Okay,
that
but-
don't have to be rift related.
But it's
He-
not a coincidence.
No, but he's one of those guys who actually is he's a con man.
And
Let's be
then-
real clear.
but
That's
he's-
a guy who actually has legally gotten in trouble for calling himself a doctor when he's not supposed
It's true, but I mean, Tom's looking pretty good.
to. Tom is looking great, but how much of that is just good genetics and working out? And maybe this guy is in Tom's
It's not
ear.
genetics. I mean, we've seen his parents.
I don't know. I really haven't.
But he keeps in good shape. He's got
does.
a good diet, and this guy's part of the reason why he's got. Where
But
he's
this
at.
guy isn't. This guy's a con man.
And
So I
then
can see why. I can see the Patriots saying you need to stay away.
there might be more stuff coming out with this whole Malcolm Butler thing.
So I did read
That's-
something.
That's Belichick's decision not to play the guy who's been the starter the entire. And you know the guy that
97.8% of the snaps.
and the
this
guy
year.
that took the snaps instead of him is the guy that kept getting burned.
Right. No, agreed. And Malcolm Butler didn't come off the field and left his helmet on. He stood on the sidelines looking at Bill Belichick the whole game, like
And
whenever
so,
you're
yeah,
ready.
I wholeheartedly. There's gonna be some stuff going on, and yeah, I don't think it'll be a thing where Belichick's like, I'm retiring. I think it'll be a very quiet, like, you know what, we're done, we're moving on.
So
and they'll
a
try to
couple-
like they'll try to make it go quiet, and then it's the media, and it won't.
A couple executives have commented already that the way Bill Belichick does things is different from everyone else. Duh. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
But they said specifically, Bill Belichick doesn't work with people he doesn't like to work with anymore. He is now at a point where he doesn't have to go in every day and fight with a guy to get a job done because he's Bill Belichick.
Right.
He has the cachet to say,
Yep.
you go home, someone else can do your job that I want to be around.
Correct.
And so Jamie Collins famously was traded middle of the season for no reason whatsoever, was doing great for them, except Bill Belichick doesn't like him. There was someone else who the exact same thing happened with. They traded him mid-season 2 years ago. I don't remember the guy's name now. So the issue they're saying is that Malcolm Butler, coming into the Super Bowl during this playoff run, if you recall, he'd worked out a trade to the Saints and an extension with the Saints, and at the last second, the Patriots balked and refused the trade. Mm-hmm. So there's a bunch of money that Malcolm Butler should have that he doesn't have right now. And as apparently as the season's winding down, he kind of privately commented that he was ready for the season to end so he could go get his money. And essentially, I think Bill Belichick was like, well, I'm tired of you anyway.
How'd that work out for you?
Well, I don't think that's the reason they lost the Super Bowl.
Their defense was horrible.
Their defense was terrible.
But now they're a defensive coach. And you know who calls the defensive plays?
Belichick.
Billy Belichick.
Right.
So, I don't know. There's going to be some stuff going on. This is the first time, I think, and we talked about this last week's show, about the quarterback carousel situation. This is going to be one of the most interesting off seasons in a long time.
Did you see Jimmy Garoppolo is now the highest paid player in the NFL?
Yes, he is.
The 49ers gave him 5 years, $137 million.
And then the D coach from that went to Detroit, like, you see him all shaved up?
No, did he shave?
He's shaved up, like, it's all clean cut.
Does he look like Nico?
They didn't believe it was him at first, so then he pulls the pencil out and sticks it in his ear. Like, okay, this is the guy.
That's the guy.
You should cosplay as him, though.
I think I might.
The entire Super Bowl, my mother-in-law is like, look, it's Corey on TV. Like, being funny. Let's jump out to a break. When we come back, we're going to get into this week's Weekly Top 3. You're listening to Nerd Thug Radio.
Ow!